There are three types of workflows currently available in use in HRWize: approval, continuous, and task. In this session, we're going to be looking at the continuous workflow. Continuous workflows run in the background and look for situations that match specific criteria and then trigger the workflow, such as time off instances, calendar, the employee's age, and changes. So now, let's take a look at a continuous workflow by going to Administration, HR, Workflows, and then Workflows again. Here we can see listed any workflows we have already created. We can click on the Add button to add a new workflow, but instead, let's take a look at a continuous workflow that we have already created. So we'll click on the Edit action. We have given the workflow a name. The workflow category is continuous, and the type we have chosen is changes. Setting the only trigger once per day to yes means that the workflow will trigger once for that relevant match on that day. In this case, we choose no. From the options drop-down, we have selected bank details. You don't want this workflow to trigger against leavers or archived employees, so we selected no. We do, however, want to trigger against employees in probation, so we select yes. We want this workflow to be applied to all departments, sites, regions, job statuses, companies, business units, cost centers, and any headcount classifications, both current and future. We don't want this workflow to trigger to only manager roles, and here we can choose if we want to make this workflow active or not. Next, we'll click here to see the workflow steps of this workflow. Workflows can be very complex and have many steps, but in this case though, our workflow has just one single step. We can click here on the Add Step button if we want to add more steps to our workflow. For now though, we'll click on the Edit action and take a look in more detail our step of our workflow. So here we have added a name for our step. Here we have chosen to send the email to a specified recipient. And in this case, the recipient we chose is the employee's manager. Although you can add multiple recipients as you wish. Next, we have added a message subject heading for our email. If we click here and scroll down, here you can see a list of system fields that you can use in the workflow name, description, email subject, or the email body content. In this example, we use the employee's first name, last name. You can choose the sensitive message option. If you check this checkbox, a notification message will be sent to the recipient linking to a secure page in HRWize. Please note, this will only work if the recipient have access to the HRWize system. Next, choose the workflow step order for this step. And then we decide when does this step will happen, which in this case is 0 days after creation date. As you can see though, there are other options that you can choose from. Click on Submit to save the changes, or cancel if you haven't. And then cancel again. If we click here, the Inactive Workflows, we can see workflows we have created but not yet made active, or any active workflows that we have made inactive. Let's take a look at this workflow in action. One of our employees is going to update her bank details by going to Self-Service, My Personal Details, and then Bank Details. In this case, we're going to change the routing number account number, and bank name. When he's finished, she clicks on Submit to save her changes. The recipient or recipients we nominated in the workflow step, which in this case is the employee's manager, will receive an email notification that looks something like this. Please remember, we selected the sensitive message option in our workflow step, so we must log in to view this information, and we can click on Login Now to do just that. Now logged in as the employee's manager, we can see the change of bank details displayed here. Now if we go to the employee's file, in the employee's card view, and then click on the Edit action, and then go to Bank Details. Here we can see the updated bank details.